So you gave the example when you were just when you were explaining MSA, right? That in your some case that you guys started off with the project charter, you went ahead and
Okay.
it was 15% and later
Okay. Okay.
realized that your view it was 25. So
Uh-huh.
is it a case of reproducibility MSA? Just out of understanding. So
What do you think?
because
Very good
three
question.
different people came
Very,
up,
very,
right?
very, very good question. Very good question. So what she's asking is, there is a data that which was extracted in the first stage, wherein we say, I hope all you can see my Excel sheet.
Yes.
Yeah.
25% is what we said at the define phase. Okay. And during the measure phase MSA, so we had operator 1, operator 2, operator 3, and there is a standard also. Okay. So he also said 20, I think the example that I've taken of 15%, I'll stick to that only. So he said 15% ही है, इसने भी बोला 15% है, इसने बोला 15% है, but standard says 25%. Okay. Now what she's asking is, in this particular scenario, is it a repeatability or reproducibility? What do you think? What do you all think?
Repeatability. It will be repeatability because even though everyone is agreeing on different let's say machine, it is different from the standard. So it will be repeatability.
Okay. Anybody else has a different answer? I see most of you are silent for some time. Mahesh, what do you think?
I think it
Is
is the repeatability because the results are the same, which is measured by the different operators.
Okay, actually, I have a different point of view. What if it can be reproducibility as well? If let's say the 15% of operator one is different from the 15% of operator two. So, for instance, if there is 1 to 100 and operator one is saying that the first 15 are defective and operator two is saying 50th to 65th is defective, they will both come to 15%, but it can be reproducibility as well.
No, it is repressibility only.
okay?
Reproducibility.
Okay, absolutely. The answer is right. It's a reproducibility because the moment more than one operator comes into the picture and the amount of variance observed is called reproducibility. If in that particular case, if there was only operator one who have done his first reading 15%, second reading as 15%, third reading as 25%. Herein there's only one operator. But the moment there are more than one operator who's measuring the same thing with the same equipment, in that particular case, reproducibility.
Repeatability.
But won't it be like the three operators, they are agreeing with each other? So if we just take a look at them and we don't have the standard to deal with, then we would say, okay, yeah, our measurement system is perfectly reproducible.
Okay. Let me take.
But the definition of repeatability says that it has to be the one operator who is repeatedly measuring and getting differences. So the definition itself is talking about that the variation which is being observed by the same operator. So if we look at that definition, then it's like Samarpreet explained, the moment we have more than one operator, it is automatically coming into reproducibility.
Yeah, but if you see, like with there, if we remove the standard, then we would have the three people who are totally agreeing with each other. They are saying 15%, so it will come out to be perfectly reproducible as well. So it is an uh, best measure system, it would come as best measure system. The only reason it came out is that there is a standard against which the people are being measured. So in fact, all three of them, won't it be like all three of them were not repeatable?
Okay, okay. Let me explain it here. Repeatability, reproducibility is not that whether they are calibrated or not. Okay,
In the same
even though
appraiser,
even
different appraiser.
even though if there are 5 operators or 10 operators, and no matter whether they are calibrated or not, whether they are observational equal or not, it doesn't matter whether it's repeatable or reproducibility. As Rimi mentioned, the difference between, and I will take that question also about if there is no standard also, but let's understand the basic first. I will talk about that part as well. Repeatability is when there is only one person who is measuring the equipment or any piece, and he is doing it again after some time, maybe after 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, maybe after this. There is no other operator involved at all. There is no standard at all. Forget about any other operator. There is no standard. If I'm relying on my readings only, if only Simarpreet says that I want to do it today, I want to compare my today's reading with tomorrow's reading, the amount of difference, the amount of variation that is observed, that is called repeatability, wherein there is nobody else. Reproducibility is when apart from Simarpreet, there is Ashwini as well, there is Vasu as well, there is Ratna as well, there is Rimi as well. That is what is reproducibility takes place. And your next question is, sometimes when there is an absence of standard in place, okay, then in that case, I consider the reproducibility of when all the operators are agree with each other. Okay, so I will do a practical demonstration as well, wherein I will show you that how to calculate that when we have humongous data sets, how to calculate that, what is a way that we should look at, and then you'll be able to ask more questions. But just for now, understand if there are more than one person involved who's measuring the same equipment, the amount of variation observed is called reproducible. It doesn't matter whether they agree with each other or not. It is not related to repeatability. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Great. Great. So, so since we have 10 odd minutes left, so let's move to the next piece.